right here.
It gotta be Hove. It'll be Hove underneath like a sausage McMuffin. It'll be like, yo, finish your breakfast.
Yeah, finish your breakfast.
Finish your breakfast. All right, y'all ready?
Yeah, you should have been recording that.
Yeah, I did, and it was live. Late Ill Kid at OneYoungsta, hold it down, bring you that StreetGeek and NERDSoul. What is up, my people? Today, coming with another wonderful episode of That Is Right, Beats Vibes Life. We are up in here having a wonderful time. Man, I am joined by the best in the business. I don't care where you at. I don't care who be streaming. I don't care what network you on. You are looking at the Faux Houseman. That's right. That's FOHOOORSMAN.
No, it's just four. It's just
wait.
It's just the regular four.
But anyway, right here, you know him. How should I say? Conspiratorial captain. All right, the man of men. You may have noticed him from such TV shows as NCIS, CSI, NYPD Blue, Parker Lewiz.
What up? Those are some of my favorite shows, low key.
No.
Parker Lewiz here. From Dog to God 3 is available on all the streaming platforms. Go check that out. The I Made It video is available now on YouTube. Go check that out as well. Let's get it.
Aye, word. And next up, Diagonal Square, always on the move. You know him, you love him. That's right, Anwar HighSign.
Straight out of the darkness, out of the deep darkness of the dungeon. You know what I mean?
Ooh.
Check it out. Yeah. Peace.
The final square. At the bottom, last but not least. You know him. He builds space bridges. Your friend and mine, ARC Father Part 3.
What's going on, y'all? It's Arckatron. That is ARCKATRON.com. You can find the Space Bridge in stores, and you can also find Sell the Business in stores. Yep. Holla at me for yours. Holla.
Oh,
yeah. To me when you got money.
Man. Shouts to the chat. We got Marquise Collins up in here. Shabbat Nolan. TV23. Everything's going good. We here live having a good time. And we got a laid back show. We just going to talk about, what's going on in the streets. What's going on. Now, before we get started, since 3 of us out of the 4 are here in what some would call La La Land. We're in Los Angeles, and NERDSoul Sports hasn't started. But I would like to remark upon the Clippers. See, if you live in Los Angeles, you've seen these billboards all over the place. It's like, yo, LA our way. No, we don't need the spotlight. We got the street lights. We the real, you know what I'm saying? And you blew a 3-1 lead. I'd like to say, I'll throw this to the panel. The conversation about Kawhi and LeBron is over. It's over. It's done. Cut it off. You cut off. You ain't getting no Mac Nuggets out here. It's over. Your rib sandwich coming back on Tuesday. And guess who ain't getting one?
No fries.
No fries. Kawhi Leonard, get out of here. Nobody trying to hear that. Come on, man. Yeah, look, I don't want to hear nothing from Doc Rivers.
It's a bubble season, man. It don't even count. It's a bubble season.
Oh, so the bubble season?
Why? It don't count.
You don't see LeBron having no problems in the bubble season?
It sure does.
Oh, so now it's a bubble season for Kawhi.
Bubble season don't count. It's boring. Bubble season.
I don't want to hear it.
It's actually lit.
Shabbat Nolan said abolish Doc Rivers.
I wouldn't be surprised if they let him go.
Shabbat Nolan said,
really? Let him go?
Real talk.
Yo,
You
man,
never want to
look.
see a man lose his job, especially one that look like you. But
Yo,
fam,
I
I
don't-
wouldn't be surprised if they let him go, fam. I
Look,
wouldn't be.
here's the thing. I know
You
a
say
lot
you
of
look
people
like
talking
me?
about.
We try to say, man.
I don't want to see a black man get fired. But
Right.
and honestly, to Doc Rivers' credit, Doc won on the court. All right.
True that.
Doc won on the court.
True that.
Everybody else was on
Always
the
the
court.
ones not on the court in control of your job.
Getting balled up. You know
That's
what I'm
true
saying?
too.
True. Thank you, Anwar HighSign. Yo, man.
My
Sandra
contribution
Thomas
to the
spot,
sports
what up?
conversation in its entirety.
But I just wanted to remark on that because those billboards were everywhere, y'all. They were
Everywhere.
man, and they was looking mad serious in the photos. Like it would be like no spotlights, just the street lights, and it would have like PG like this.
Facts.
You know how you gotta try to like look like, you know, for your school picture where you gotta like look away when you try to like be like, you know, like reflective and all that. You be like, that's how all their photos was. And now that's what they doing now, just looking out the window, looking at everybody else playing while they sitting at home. Man, just get out of here, man. I'm tired of hearing this Clippers mess. All right, get out of here.
Pretty much, man.
Sun on
Not
shine
yet,
in the
guys.
house. What up? So we got that out of the way. You know what I'm saying? A little NERDSoul sports, not too much for y'all. Just a little something. But to the hip hop side, to follow up, Travis Scott did his deal with McDonald's. You know what I'm saying? Cactus Jack. You know what I'm saying? Had his little toy out there doing this thing. I actually went and got a Travis Scott meal just to see how Travis Scott it was. All right. Big shout out to McDonald's for putting all the bacon in one spot on the hamburger. Yo, all right, look, it's McDonald's, man. It doesn't matter who does the collab with them. It's McDonald's. It wasn't nasty. It wasn't mind-blowing. It was McDonald's. But
did you get your action figure?
No, I didn't get my action figure. They were all out. So I didn't get my action figure. But it'll probably be on eBay for like $500.
What kind of meal was it? What kind of meal was it? Like a chicken sandwich?
You get a burger. You get like a medium
sandwich
with
some pork on it, like special sauce and bacon.
Yeah, get some bacon, special
sandwich
sauce.
with some salty pork on it and some pickles.
Yeah, it was a little salty. You know what I'm saying? You know, their buns have seeds. Our buns have no seeds. But you know, the bottom line is,
yo.
You know what I'm saying? You work in fries. Next thing you know, you're gonna be assistant manager. But but just letting you guys know, if you wanted to know what it tastes like, it tastes regular. It tastes like a Big Mac with bacon on it. I guess. It's the same burger.
Wait, it's a Big Mac? That's the sandwich?
I don't think I've ever had a Big Mac with bacon.
It's like a Big
Mac with bacon on it?
It's kind of what it tastes like. It's not special. It's
not a quarter pounder? Like, is it a... Does he? I'm trying to find. Does he have a unique sneaker silhouette at McDonald's? Like, is it just like
does he
a quarter pounder or a Big Mac with bacon and pickles?
It was quarter pounder ish. It was like a quarter pounder ish kind of burger with it. But
it was like a third of a pound, or was it like
it's only,
you wanted the quarter pounder burger with the Big Mac bread or something?
Yeah, it didn't have that middle bun though. It was just regular.
The middle bun, yeah, that middle bun is genius though. That's a smart idea though.
The middle bun makes the Big Mac.
That's it.
Triple
separates the men from the boys.
Oh man, but just so y'all know, it's McDonald's, still McDonald's.
You
pulled up to the window like, you know what I'm here for.
Pull up. You know what I want.
That was pretty dope.
I've seen the videos. You know what I'm here for.
He pulled up to the original McDonald's, man. That was lit.
Like, look, you know the deal. Come on, Cactus Jack. Let's go. You know what the deal is.
Come on, man. Cactus Jack. Man.
Shot by Nolan said McDowell's is better than McDonald's. That's right. And actually, Whack Arnold's is better than McDonald's as well. Straight facts on that.
Have you ever been to the McDonald's pop-up?
No, I haven't.
I didn't know they had
it,
those.
but I've never been to it.
Is that a LA thing?
Nah, they have them in different cities. Nah, it's not LA thing.
Oh, where? Oh, well, I only knew this.
They've done it in Philly. They've done it in New York.
Was I living at the time?
Are they selling better food, or what do you mean pop up?
No, it's like from the movie, of course. They selling all the stuff that it's like somebody created like the aesthetic. They pop up.
You're talking about coming to America pop up, you're saying?
Yeah. It's like a little restaurant pretending to be.
I thought you were talking about. Oh, got you now. I thought you were talking about.
Yeah, it's like pretending to be McDonald's.
This is the most pointless pop up of all times. Like, what is this?
Yeah, I'm like, wait, McDonald's pop up.
What are they gonna do?
Nah, McDowell's pop up.
No, McDowell's.
I didn't know. I would have went to that.
Like, is it like gourmet? You know what I mean? Like, it tastes better.
Nah, like, is it better for you? At least you might get robbed in the lobby, and you know what I'm saying.
There's a hobby that I picked up in the lobby.
Yep, and it's no sesame seeds. It is. Might see Lisa up in there. You never know.
No seeds in your bun.
No seeds. So moving on.
Robbery.
We have news that rocked the world lately. Came across everyone's desk. Shook up the world. You may know a little rapper by the name of Kanye Jebediah West. And Kanye West went back on Twitter to discuss his, how should we say, distaste for Sony and Universal. And he wasn't too happy. To put it lightly, he said, quote, "I'm not putting no more music out till I'm done with my contract with Sony and Universal. On God, in Jesus' name," thank you, you know what I'm saying? Because, you know, of course, Jesus is king. "Come and get me." All right. Furthermore, continues.
Come and get me.
Come and get me. Come and get me.
Continuing, I need a public apology from J. Cole and Drake to start and with Hamza. Immediately. I'm Nat Turner, meaning Kanye. He's Nat Turner.
Yes,
he's
Kanye is
Nat
that
Turner right
Nat
now.
Turner.
And,
Kanye
I'm
Nat.
fighting. You know what I'm saying? Now, he didn't clarify who us is. I'd assume he means black.
A rare freeze from NERDSoul.
Oh,
in the Matrix.
We back. We good. We back.
Tupac back.
We good. We back. We, you know what I'm saying? We up in here. We chilling. We kicking
it. In the Matrix.
The Matrix trying to take you out, man.
You know, talking that shit happens. About Ye, and that's what happens.
This is what happens when. Yep, this is what happens when you talk about Kanye. This is what happens. You know what I'm saying? You be like, yo, look.
God is my bodyguard.
He made, in all fairness, though, he made some really valid points, man. Yes. He made a gang of tweets. A lot of the tweets were basically along the lines of, a lot of these deals are really bad, and it's on us as the people that make music to step up and make a change. The only thing that I'm really not so much to say hesitant on, but it's like, I love the message, but the messenger is just a little off. But the message is 1,000% correct.
Word. Now, shouts to E equals MCU. Say, I'm glitching like Michael Jackson in the TV screen.
Go ahead.
That's special effects.
Hi, Sam. What were you saying?
I think we're out of sync a little bit. I was saying, if the message is 1,000% correct, does it matter that the messenger is tilted, so to speak?
Sometimes it affects if the message is received or not, because people might be kind of like tuning that person out. But you know,
I mean, Joe Budden is proof that an anti-corporate message. Well, Joe Budden is another recent example of proof that the message against corporatization of a thing will literally always be met with support of the thing.
Yeah. I
overwhelming
feel you
support
on
of
that.
the thing. Like I agree with PL, like what Ye is about record labels and the deals and all of that. Fact correct. Super facts. I don't know that he's the guy to lead everyone to the promise, or that promised land includes anyone but theirs in that field. But the message is 1,000% correct. And it extends to all artists, whether that was the intention or not.
Correct.
And in the same way, you know, Joe and them going against Spotify, and then guys like Charlamagne and his partner, whatever homie's name is, was like, it's just like really, it's really like the house versus the field.
Yeah,
Fact.
yeah. And
It's insane.
I feel where you go.
Ding, ding, whoa.
It's insane. Like I saw a video with a clip of them dudes like talking about, because now that they don't like what somebody said, you know, we supposed to go back and forth. You know, that's how the internet is. Like you say the thing and then somebody else doesn't like it, then now they got to start insulting you and saying all this stuff. But it's like, yo, I looked at the little clip of them. I couldn't even finish it. It was just like, yeah, I heard Joe ask for $250 million because
they was just making
like
stuff. And
legitimately, yeah, go ahead.
Oh, and I'll jump to that because that's another thing that I thought was interesting in this similar vein. Going from, I guess, leaving Kanye a little bit. One thing I would say about Kanye, he started tweeting out pictures of his contract. Like is what I guess we assume is his actual contract, which even though Kanye be tripping, this could be a huge teachable moment from like a peek behind the curtain, and you know maybe only someone at Kanye's level could do this. I have seen people kind of fight back and sort of to the extent of like, well, where was this energy? Where was this hate back when you was making money and riding high and all that? But at least we got it. At least we got, well, maybe not the kind of
Speaking
like
about
mental, emotional side, but go ahead.
Speaking about Kanye with that sentiment.
Yeah.
Like he's making more money now than.
Yeah. But you know, I think what they were
but you're right, that is always the argument.
Yeah, I think they, meaning like a lot of people in Black Twitter, were talking about kind of like his, I guess, popularity or whatever. But he probably dollars wise makes more now than he did then. But I like the idea that there's an opportunity to actually like see behind the curtain. I mean,
how do y'all feel about that argument? Because that argument comes up a lot. Like where was that energy when blank argument comes up anytime anyone anywhere with any mental health issues or not tries to make a change, you get met with, where was that energy when?
Sometimes I guess it's valid, but sometimes somebody could genuinely have had a aha moment. You know what I'm saying? Somebody could have went through something that opened their eyes and they just never knew. So it's, I guess at times it could be valid. But then there's also other times where I think we kind of like project onto them what someone else may have done, like some other celebrity or athlete or whatever may have done, where in their case, it's actually like, yo, I ain't know about this. I'm just, you know, I've been reading on this or I've been researching this and now I know this. And, you know, it might be old to y'all, but it's new to me. So my energy is high because it's new to me. I'm like, yo, this is crazy. Yo, saying NBA is the slave ships or whatever. Say something to that extent, you know, like this is kind of new to me because maybe he's being treated differently or maybe he found something out or he's talked to some people behind the scenes. But then it kind of looks funny because maybe another celebrity that was disingenuous did it. So I don't know. I guess maybe at times it can be, at times it's kind of dismissive, I guess, when people do it, but I guess I see where it comes from, sort of, but then it doesn't really leave room for someone to be like, oh, I felt this way last year, but since then I've seen this documentary and I've read these, group of articles and I went to this symposium and now I'm like, oh snap, I never knew such and such. So now I'm riding hard in this direction. You know what I'm saying? So I do take that kind of argument with a grain of salt because you never really know. Like, I don't know Kanye, like that. You know what I'm saying? I mean, we used to kick it back in the day. Dude still owe me $5. But I mean, it's been a while. You know what I'm saying? It's been a long time. Last time I checked, he was supposed to be, coming right back after he ran to McDonald's. I ain't seen him since.
And that's Travis got a meal now, so that's a long time ago.
See how life worked?
See how life
worked? Back around, man.
Full circle.
But on to what you were saying about Joe Budden. Oh no, he was talking about Travis Scott got a meal now. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
But on to what you were saying about Joe Budden, that's a good point. We had someone in Charlamagne, he's like, yo, you need to know your contract. You need to, didn't they give you $250 million or something? First thing, you have no idea. You're just running rumor as fact. Then the weird part here is after all of this kind of like combative energy from Charlamagne and Envy and then Charlamagne and Adam Schultz, Andrew Schultz, sorry.
Andrew Schultz.
Doesn't.
But anyway, then here you come with your Black Effect Podcast Network. Now you blacked up? Hold up, man.
Damn.
Hold up. I'm like,
that's what I'm saying.
Not to say that I don't think there shouldn't be Black Podcast Network, but even inside of the network that you launched, there's this air of, is it black? Like, there's this air of white ownership in your Black Effect podcast, even though you just finished talking all this mess about another black man.
I'm going to say one thing, and then I'm not going to say nothing about this. I got one thing to say. And Joe brought this up, and it's a valid point, and it makes that whole network look weird. Mm-hmm. So you got
weird, homie.
A network, right?
Weird.
You got a network, right?
Full network.
The Black Network.
Got a network.
You done brought all the Black Network, the all Black up and coming popping podcasts or whatever to this Black Network, right?
Mm-hmm.
Correct.
The only entity podcast you own is not on this Black Network. Explain it to me.
Well, yeah, that's a good point.
Slamming the desk like Scarface right now.
And I'm going to slam the desk too. I don't have a desk, but I'm going to slam.
Calm down, Kanye. Calm down, Kanye.
Got it from here. Yeah.
Like, what are you doing?
You ain't holler at me. You ain't come down NERDSoul Street.
The thing is, you know the answer to that question already.
And we glad he didn't come down NERDSoul Street.
Well, yeah, I would have said no anyway, but I'm just saying.
Here's the thing.
I said no anyway.
People will jump in front of the bullet. I've seen it before. I've been on the other end of it on my scale. And they're, they're out here and I'm small planet. And I've been the person that like people will jump in front of the bullet for the entity as opposed to the creator. For the company. Like they will dive in front of the bullet like Secret Service to protect you out here seemingly protecting Spotify's, like don't besmirch Spotify's reputation.
Yeah.
But then like are they through Spotify, their network?
They're through iHeart.
They're through iHeart. Which
iHeart,
is weird
right.
Because it seems like he doesn't even have a dog in the Spotify fight. So it's like he just came out just to be like, maybe I just don't like Joe and that helps the ratings. I don't know. It was just random.
A bias.
It's just weird, man. And
there's a bias toward the successful thing. that we've all probably experienced. Like someone or a group of someone's will, well, you know, that person's more successful. So, okay, well, that company's more successful outwardly. So you had to do something wrong. You had to screw it up.
It's your fault.
Even though every story you've heard about the company is someone getting screwed.
Fam.
Every one of them. There are no exceptions. So yeah, like I do get the argument of like, if you bring a network of shows and you give them $250 million and then we still outperform them consistently for a year, then how is our value less than theirs?
Correct.
Yeah. And
the answer is because Spotify.
Yeah.
Because they say so.
Because if you're not messing with Spotify, it had to be something had to be wrong. You didn't read the contract.
Your fault.
Yes, you're right. I didn't have a lawyer as a millionaire to read my contract. I got it. Cracked another case,
like,
Holmes.
It's like, look, I read the contract. We followed the contract. They actually did not follow the contract. And now I have to be the bad guy because and what's the weird thing is we talked about this last week or week before last, and I was ready to let it go until I was like, hold up. You got a black podcast network now? So now you want to be a black owner. You just made fun of another black owner in the same medium. You just made fun of a black podcast owner for whatever. Now here you come. How much support do you really think you're going to get? Now, of course, he has, Drink Champs and Horrible Decisions and like tons of just black people everywhere.
85 South show.
Yeah, 85 South. So he has what you would consider kind of like a great collection of like kind of like the hotter black podcasts. But
Idiots isn't on there.
Who?
The Brilliant Idiots not there.
Is Brilliant Idiots a black podcast?
He's black, ain't he?
But are all the hosts on there black?
It's his podcast, though.
It's his podcast.
True. Because I thought
owns is not on the black network.
Well,
I'm not selling them mine.
Everybody on the
yours.
show won't black, so he was like, it don't match.
You can get the Space Bridge podcast. You can get the NERDSoul channel and all of NERDSoul's subsidiaries. You can get PL's podcast, but I'm gonna keep mine. But theirs, like we're doing a deal with theirs. If you're interested in that, we can do that.
And then we have a interesting conversation about black ownership and what black ownership is. But quick shout to Kibi23 says, I don't even believe it was about him protecting Spotify. I think he used it as a chance to hate, personal hidden agenda, hater feelings. So yeah, it was like kind of like
perhaps
kick Joe Wise down because I don't like Joe for whatever reason.
But Joe's not down.
Well, no, I mean,
the whole thing.
Kick him from, kind of like what I perceive to be down.
So like, yeah, maybe personal feelings, but Spotify is still the vehicle.
Yeah,
you've seen the same thing happen when Rockefeller broke up. Nobody went with Dan except Siegel.
Do you consider? Well, yeah. The question to you guys: do you consider, or how do you consider black ownership in a business? Because he's like, this is 50-50 with us and iHeart. And iHeart, as far as I've researched, is not black owned. So would you consider this a black business? I mean, maybe yes, because I mean, he does have 50%
by a black
ownership.
Guy. I mean,
and it's run by a black guy
though.
But being run by a black guy doesn't always mean that it's a black business, or does it? You know what I'm saying? Because there's this veneer of kind of like black excellence, and it's like, well, is it? Like, is there a discussion to be had about? Yeah, it's like, is there a discussion to be had about how much you own and how independent you are and kind of where your checks come from to be considered Black owned. You know, because I mean, I guess 50% is enough. You know, it's like half and half. And he runs it. I assume he makes all the decisions about it.
Well, can we define Black excellence? Because
Black excellence.
You want to go there?
Well, because Black excellence is a concept that I think we all love, but the action of the actionable Black excellence,
the actionable items,
and the actionable items as it pertains to Black excellence seem to only be money. Oh, you have a lot of money. You are Black excellence. That's what I see when I look outside. When someone hashtags Black excellence, it's something that has a lot of money. It's not something humanitarian. It's not something that's groundbreaking intellectually, scientifically, or otherwise. It's usually something in entertainment, and it's usually something that's generating money. A lot of it.
I will say there is a part of Black excellence, like the hashtag or the kind of energy around that strikes me as Black bougie class. I will say that. There's a part of it that strikes me as that.
Thank you,
I can't say that that's exactly it, but there is a part of it that hits me as that way. And what I mean by like Michelle Obama can be Black excellence, right? But you know, Takesha with 2 kids, busting her butt with 2 jobs, and you know, keeping them happy, healthy, fed, and safe. That's not Black excellence.
No.
You know what I'm saying?
But that's the thing.
No. To who?
No,
that's when I think
kind of like I guess.
But we're beyond
like
an individual basis when we're exactly, the zeitgeist. Like we're beyond a case by case basis when we talk about Black excellence in a broad stroke.
I think if that is
the zeitgeist case, will never give Takesha the Black excellence title.
Nah, man, I don't think so. I can't. You're not wrong, but you're not all the way right.
Okay.
It depends on. I will kind of agree to that point where Black excellence is synonymous with having a lot of money. I will agree to that point. I will say, however, that Black excellence is subjective. We don't control algorithms, so we cannot control what we are shown. The point that I'm trying to say is there is plenty of Black excellence that doesn't have to do with monetary actions or monetary or things that have to do or monetary tangibility, if that's a thing. Like it's not necessarily that.
I like that term. Monetary tangibility. Yeah.
But with that said, does the culture at large, like, you know, Black YouTube, Black Twitter, Black Facebook, do these kind of like the root, do they acknowledge that? And
yes, there's
but that's the conditioning of the thing is what I'm getting at.
There's, like I said, it's kind of subjective. It's like, it depends on what we're all tuned into. Like, sir, you might not see that because you may not be tuned into Keisha and her story. So you might not see her as Black excellence. But if you see her every day, you know that she's Black excellence. Shout out to all.
Not if your conditioning is to Black excellence being monetary.
Kind of like I think it's kind of like when people just read the headline. You know what I'm saying? Like if we saw Takesha walking down the street, you wouldn't be like, "Oh, Black excellence." You wouldn't be like relationship goals. You know what I'm saying? But you see Rihanna, Michelle Obama, you see Beyonce, and you like, oh, Black excellence, oh, Black king, woo! But you never. You know what I'm saying?
We don't see those.
You gotta get that one. You gotta get that one
day.
up. You gotta make a gif out of that one, bro.
Oh man, definitely.
Black excellence.
Nah,
we don't see those
It's
people
crazy,
every day.
Man.
All we see
You
is
don't, but
we don't.
You don't. But if the zeitgeist said that was Black excellence, you would associate her with it. But they don't. They associate it with sports and entertainment.
I do.
Yeah.
I associate her making it with Black excellence because it's hard out here, fam.
And I think I get where you're coming from, but we're talking about like at a sort of like at a top down level. Like they wouldn't give the small shop owner, the props that has like his little bakery, in a strip mall or something. And he's been making it. You know what I'm saying? He doesn't have a franchise open. He's been making it. They're not going to say he's Black excellence.
My bad, Mike.
All right.
They're not like piggybacking off. What was that? What's that Jay-Z song that came out that was trying to step on Nas's street date? What's the name of the song again?
What?
Entrepreneur. The joint with Pharrell?
Right.
Him and Pharrell?
Yeah.
So
why would you ever imply that, sir?
Pharrell. So I imply what?
Why would you ever imply?
You're the resident expert.
Sean would never do that. He had no control of it. It's not his song.
Stop it. Don't.
It's not.
We're not doing this
song.
Today. Stop it.
Jay-Z definitely released that to try to.
It's featuring Jay-Z.
That if I go for this song, Jay-Z would not come up. All right.
It's not his song,
regardless
sir.
of who I'm. Regardless of who and why. That song, the videos of that song is what I wanted to talk about briefly. So, we hear the song and I hadn't watched the video. All I hear about, oh yeah, you got to watch the video. The video's cool. It highlights all these Black viewers.
Oh boy.
And then I watched the video expecting to see faces and names that I didn't know about, expecting to see Black businesses and entrepreneurs highlighted, and it was just a circle jerk for a bunch of celebrities and entertainment that we already know about.
For the most part, I had already seen most of those people in articles or somewhere. I think there was one person that I didn't know, but when you saw their credit, it was like, I don't know, number one person in I don't know, Virginia or something like that. It was like, so even though I didn't know them, like they were already clearly, like in the stratosphere of Jay-Z and Pharrell and all that.
So I'm to believe as the consumer, the end user of their product, that it's about more than sports, it's about more than entertainment, and it's about more than money. It's a spiritual level. It's about a spiritual level. Yo, were you watching Lovecraft Country? Is that why you did that?
No, well, I actually had, but actually just watched the Cardi video the other day.
Oh,
I haven't seen it. So,
thank you, baby. So that one. So you're giving me the message, like you're telling me the message. Oh, it's about more than this. It's about Black tech. It's about Black humanitarianism. It's about Black businesses of all sorts. And then you don't give me any examples of it. like there aren't Black people who are rich off of business and entrepreneurism in America that are not celebrities. And I'm sure that they're easier to find than I'm led to believe from watching this video. Just like we're just gonna keep perpetuating that same, like, oh yeah, you know, the person in front of the camera, that's the one, that's the only, it's these people.
Yeah, like where's the Black guy that just makes socks,
like, just,
but he's like
where
a multi-millionaire?
did Kevin Hart's part get deleted out of the video? Because he wasn't in it.
Nah, I didn't see him in the video. I watched it.
Man.
He might as well. We had Tyler, we had Issa. Who else was in there?
He said, might as well have
Beyonce
Kevin
make
Hart.
a cameo. We might as well get Kevin Hart and Puffy. Why weren't they in the video? That's the kind of video it was. Whatever.
Yeah,
I'm blackballed anyway.
No, but I see where you're coming from, because it goes to, you know, when
Joe Budden wasn't in the video.
Kind of like put out this Black Effect podcast network, you're like, hey, these are the best in Black entertainment, up and coming. And when I saw it, I was like, none of these people are up and coming. All these people already on.
None of them.
All these people already on. Like, I mean, not that I'm
exclusive.
hating
No, exclusive.
Song came out 3 years ago.
Basically, that's what they were.
My favorite one.
Yeah, Clue tapes used to be hot for real though. Shouts to Clue, man. Clue used to have some hot tapes. I don't know how he was getting them songs. He be getting songs to an album that don't come out for like another 2-3 years, but I don't know.
Yeah, it's the streets. The streets, baby.
Yep.
Streets, baby. I watched Rough Riders.
Now back to the topic of the rap philosopher with more dominant than the soap opera. You know what I mean?
You know what I'm saying?
Thank you.
He's dropping them bombs on us. But it's true. None of those people were up and coming. All of these people are already on. They're what I would consider like all, you know, friends of Charlamagne and pretty much his circle. friends of CTG.
Friends of Charlamagne.
And he kind of made a network, and Joe can't remember if he said it in this episode or like last week or whatever, but he was like, you could have did this on your own. Like you don't need iHeartRadio. Like you could have did this and owned it outright. Like, what do you get for that 50% that you gave up? Or what are you losing? Or what are the other podcasts losing in this deal to be kind of like exclusively on iHeart? And to that credit, what is iHeart doing to prove to you that if they drop all of their other lines of distribution, that it'll be worth it to be with them? Like, I mean, of course, you know, maybe they, you know, told him these things and Charlamagne was like, that's an awesome idea. But it does.
That's what iHeart gives them, optics.
Yeah. iHeart is a huge name instead of just saying, and I guess, you know, like you said, once again, the comfort of the house or being outside, you know, but the reason I'm super hardcore about indie, whether it's indie comics, like if you watch the channel, you see me put indie artists, indie comic book creators, you know, singers, MCs, DJs, whatever, is because I remember E40 was on Rap City a long time ago. I think he was with Joe Claire. But he was talking about
Joe
rappers. He was talking about what was it? Rappers and their deals. And he said something to the extent of like, yeah, I don't make X amount of dollars, but even though I'm only making like, let's say, all right, the average rapper that's, you know, in a deal or whatever, he's making $10 a week. All right. And he might be like, well, I'm only making $6 a week, but that whole 6 is mine. That 10 they make, they only getting 2, but they advertise the 10. You know what I'm saying? So and ever since then, I've been very interested in kind of like the indie path. And the more I do work, the more I, see other people's paths and journeys. And similar to the Kanye thing, kind of tying with that, you see, now Kanye came at a time where you sort of had to have a deal, so it's a little different. But you see where your control is kind of like taken and manipulated and maneuvered to where the freedom of being independent may not grant you the access, to the keys that open doors. Like an iHeartRadio.
Keys open doors.
She's plugging out my head.
But at the same time, Joe or anyone else like Joe or say myself or any other person that doesn't have an exclusive deal can say whatever they want. They can do whatever they want. They can have whatever advertiser they want. They don't have to be told that, oh, well, you have to have this advertiser, or you can't have that advertiser, or you can't show this cup of soda or whatever. Like there's a certain level of control. And even on like my baby level, I've been in a couple of conversations where people were like, well, how much control are you willing to give up, meaning of NERDSoul? And I was like, that'll be none. That'll be none. Like, I don't mind a partnership for like, a period of time. Like we link up, we do some stuff together, or I can help you out, you help me out, whatever. But as far as like someone saying, oh, well, NERDSoul has to make a video on this or has to do a video on that, there's a freedom that I think, once again, Joe Budden is afforded as opposed to Charlamagne. And I think that Charlamagne is essentially trying to trick us into believing that he has the same control and power that Joe does over his property or whatever. And I'm not sure if it's exactly the same, which kind of leads us back to like, what is black ownership? Is it black ownership just because there's a black face in front of it? Or is it black ownership when a black person can say, you know what? I'm going to pick this up and take it where I want to take it because it's mine.
That one.
That one. Yeah.
The that one.
That one.
That part.
Hey. And shout out to Muhammad in the chat. He said it was the Saturday podcast. So what up? Thank you for dropping that in there.
What up,
Muhammad? What up?
Yeah, and thanks to everybody for hitting that like button, all that love and all that good stuff. Thank you very much. And you know what I'm saying? Hopefully
That's it. We got 23 people in the chat, man. That's it. 23 people.
We got some folks in the chat. We got
Jordan numbers in the chat.
We got some people in the chat. We got some people in the chat now. But lastly, I'll end off with I figure we could end off with something soft and light, maybe. Swizz Beats,
Swizzy.
Not soft or
Swizzy.
light.
At all, because this one about to.
It's not soft or
go
light.
about half an hour. If you going where I think you're going, we can go about another half.
What happened to Swizzy, man?
Swizz Beats disrespectfully shuts down potential Janet Jackson versus battle. Says the singer doesn't have the catalog to compete with Missy Elliott. In a quote.
Wait. Which singer? Which one? Well, I thought it was
Janet
two singers.
Jackson.
Janet.
Okay.
All right. So in a quote saying, you know what? Somebody said Janet, says Timberland, leading Swizz to shake his head disapprovingly after a brief pause. Quote, Missy can be multiple people. Janet gotta just be Janet, says Swizz. Later in the conversation, after Swizz begs fans to ask Missy, who was in the comments as well, to get in on a versus battle, he goes on to say he doesn't believe Janet has, quote, the vault to go up against Missy. Fans heard this and begun to drag him on social media, bringing up the facts of her monumental career. All right.
Not wrong.
I'll say this.
Repeat it again. What you said?
PL said he's not wrong and then backed away.
Hit me with that one again.
All right. the issue with this is you're really looking at two very different artists. Both of them have large catalogs.
He said that as well. He said that as well.
People, Janet and Missy would be like us.
NERDSoul, 2 seconds. He tried to clean it up.
Oh, okay.
And how he cleaned it up was he said that they don't mix. Like they're not in the same bag, and it wouldn't make sense to have them battle.
Yeah, it's weird because you're almost like looking at.
Well, then why didn't he start with that?
Yeah, you're looking at those two. You're looking at like boxing versus judo. It's very different. You know, it's like, but to say that she doesn't have the vault, like that's a very, because it's like Janet got hits. Like let's not front like Janet got
of them.
And it's weird coming from Swizz.
So we gonna front like Missy don't?
No, I'm not saying that Missy doesn't have hits.
No, but that's not the point of it. It's that the battles are what, 20? A 20 clip?
Yeah.
She has more than 20 hits.
Missy don't have more than 20 hits?
No, we're saying
that's not
that
the point.
Between her
Janet
and
does
all
not
the
have
songs
the
that
vault.
she's written and produced, Missy don't got 20 hits?
No, this isn't an argument against
Janet
Missy. This is an argument for Janet. Yeah, because
she has more than 20 hits.
Yeah,
but she doesn't have a 20 clips to compete.
She's short. No, I think that's where people took it wrong. I think that's where people took it wrong.
He said it wrong.
Okay, that true indeed. True indeed. Let's say Janet for sure got a 20 clip. Janet might have a 25, 30 clip, right?
They've listed her stats. She got
Janet got about a 40 clip like on the sneak.
Top 10 hits.
Missy might have 100 clip.
Stop it.
Between all the people.
Goodbye. I'm done. All right, I'm gonna head out, yo.
All right, now hold up.
800.
Stop it.
800. 100.
Put your hand out real quick.
Get out of here.
Put it out.
Put your hand out.
Put your hand out, man. Put your hand out.
Between Missy, between all the Missy joints, between all the Timberland joints, between all the Leah joints, are you kidding me?
I don't want to hear an Aaliyah song and a Missy battle. I want to hear a Missy song and a Missy battle.
We want to hear Missy on the song, sir.
Yeah, Missy
got to be on the song. Missy battle.
The battle is Verzuz. If I wrote it, if I made the beat, I'm playing it. What are you talking about?
So you're not gonna play your own songs in a Verzuz battle.
Over songs you did with other people.
Say that again. The Arckatron last point.
I said over songs that you did with other people. Like I can understand like maybe one or two, but not like your whole entire catalog is songs.
No. I think that's where the argument got missed.
I wouldn't dip into that catalog.
Hear me out.
5 out of 20, maybe. She got more clips on her album.
Jen's got, like we said, we've given Jen, let's say, we've given her a good 50. Between Missy, between Aaliyah, between Timberland, between all the 2,000 songs that she's written and produced, she's got more than 50. Is the point that I think
she only needs 20. She needs the 20 most essential.
20. What are we talking about, man?
No, that's the only thing I think Swizz was trying to say. If I got more, hold on.
Did he
Stay with me. Stay with me.
Don't lose me, dog.
I got more options in my bag than you. Chances are I can beat you easier. Yes or no?
Okay, now.
Not if your options are not your songs.
The argument.
You're getting into technicalities.
I'm getting into facts. The technicalities. No, you're fundamental parts of the Verzuz battle. That's like being like, yo. That's like being like, yo, fam. I know Krav Maga. Thus, I will have an easier time beating you in a game of 21.
don't know who that was.
You're thinking about it like,
It's
yeah,
because there's two arguments being had. There's an argument that Janet doesn't have the vault, which she does, and then there's an argument that Janet can beat or can't beat Missy. The argument should be that that's not even a versus that should happen. Now
that's not false. There's the third argument I'm about to make.
All right.
Technically they do different things. Technically.
Very.
So they're like musically they're doing different things.
At all. That's not disputed.
Missy fits in three categories, actually 4 categories.
4
in terms of music. In terms of music. So really, hear me out.
No, you go ahead.
I feel that
let him get there. Let him cook.
Janet still has a 50 clip of her own music over Missy in her 50 clip. That's what I'm saying.
You mean to tell me that Janet's 50, just her alone, is better than Missy's 50 that she's accumulated between everybody?
Missy Elliott's 50 clip.
Missy
Elliott.
I'll give you that.
Featuring Missy Elliott.
I'll give you that.
That 50 clip.
We agree.
It's tied.
I'll give you that.
It's close. But I'm just saying, you talking about.
I'll give you that.
So what we talking about then, man?
I think
I'm talking about the rules of a versus. If you're on it, you can play it.
What is saying on it means what? On it means what?
You made it in some type of way, like you wrote it, you produced it, you're on it. Something like that.
If you arranged it, you're on it. If
but now the question is back to what HighSign was saying.
If you produced it, you're on it.
Would you play?
If you sang it, you're on it.
Would you play? Like, would you play? I guess like, is that your chick over? You know, Super Duper Fly. I don't know, like something off of there.
My point is, I would play both, and I have
you play both.
And I have
that. Is that your chick? You would play that.
The point, I can jump into that.
He's saying she has options. Here's the real issue, and I'm gonna get to the chat in a second. Chat said 2 things.
What we
the
talking
real issue
about?
Is that there's a lot of fans that want.
Is
Missy
she not
to
on? Hold on.
But
pause. NERDSoul, pause. Is she not on it?
But I wouldn't play that over other hits.
If she presses play on the Control album, that's half the 20 clip.
That's not the okay. So what Janet had for is that your chick? That drop. What is Janet playing? What is she responding with?
Honestly, I'd change the tempo.
I'd have to.
If I was Janet, I would change the tempo and bring in the nostalgia with That's the Way Love Goes.
That's the way love goes. I was saying about the same.
I would change the tempo and bring the nostalgia.
Where you gonna play the That's the Way the Love Goes, sir? What you playing?
And then I come back with
the Elias.
You better
get
your freak on.
You better
get your freak on. Something.
I come back with 1 in a million. Boom.
Yeah, but here's the issue with 1 in a million.
If she were to hop on a versus, and play a song that she doesn't even feature on, she's losing the verses.
No, sir.
Here, all right, hold up. Here's the deal with Missy.
I don't want to go to a Mike Tyson fight to see his sparring partner in the ring.
His sparring partner didn't.
Not that Aaliyah is a sparring partner, but I'm using that as a metaphor. Like, I want to see Mike Tyson fight at a Mike Tyson fight.
Yeah.
In a Missy versus, I want to hear Missy's hits.
You are going
Missy's
to someone else. That's just a different punch. It's an uppercut from a different.
Your 52 hand blocks is useless right now.
All right, hold on. Here's the biggest issue.
Sir.
Missy has a ton of fans, like myself, that love her, adore her, but they don't understand or realize that she can't battle anybody really, because it's not a fair battle. It's not a one-to-one comparison. Now, there are some one-to-ones, like people have said, like Mariah versus Janet, except Janet would smoke her, but Mariah versus Janet is a one-to-one comparison. Someone did throw in Muhammad threw in Mariah versus Janet. And then VV, what up, VV? Nice to see you in the chat.
What up?
What up?
Missy versus Jermaine Dupri,
No
which is very similar-ish in ways, but Missy still smokes them. Missy is a one of one. And you can't really, that's the problem with Missy, is because who is really
Not.
Well,
here it is.
It's a hard...
Here it is. I got it.
Who?
Missy versus Timbaland. How about that?
Missy,
then he can
honestly,
play Dirt Off My Shoulder.
They will have to
satisfy PL.
How would they decide on which songs?
They can play their songs that they're mainly on. That's easy to do.
But here's the question: are we thinking too much inside of the box with a Missy battle? Because when I think about it, I'm trying to think of another woman who does that. Is that just
I'm
me?
even trying to think of another man.
Is there a male artist?
I mean,
if we're keeping it funky, if we're keeping it 1,000,
all right.
I don't say that she would win, but the only person that can go up with her is Ye.
Missy and Ye actually is, and good. Hassan threw in Missy versus Wyclef. That's another one that is kind of one-to-one comparison.
Missy versus Wyclef.
I mean, she smoked Wyclef.
Like I said, I don't think that she would.
They're on a song
in that battle. I don't think she would win, but it'll be a damn good battle.
And Wyclef versus Missy, you saying she wouldn't win?
Missy and Kanye?
I don't think she. I think Ye has way. Yeah. If I said Missy had 75 to 100, Ye's got about 300 to pull from, fam. Yeah, it's like I might be over exaggerating a little bit, but you get my point.
I think you over exaggerating.
Your numbers are multiplying like crazy.
You get my point.
I like Kanye and Missy.
Exponential growth.
I like the Kanye
Black
versus
excellence.
Missy. I like the Kanye
coming
versus
to a store near you.
But I don't know, man. It depends. The thing with someone like Kanye and Missy is you gotta put like certain boundaries on, because it's like you said, they wrote this, they arranged this, they did, so it's like they could technically be playing. Missy and Kanye could literally play songs that they're not on at all for the whole 20. So you'd have to put rules on that joint.
Why would you have a problem with that if they're on it?
I got one better.
All right, what's up?
Go ahead. Special Part 2.
All right.
Missy versus Pharrell. That's what it should be.
Huh. I'm not against Missy and Pharrell. And shouts to VA.
They got enough hits where you can do the mix and match, whatever they want to do.
Yeah,
I'm fine with that.
Pharrell can play Just Begun.
Yeah.
Look, man, he showed us the proof, right? He showed us the proof. Let it go.
Can I get
proof? He showed us the proof. He showed us the proof.
I gave you back. Oh, let it go, sir.
It was
what you saw was incorrect.
If you have a problem, take it up with Jay-Z.
Let it go.
Somebody sleeping on the keyboard.
Let it go.
You still don't even know what he did. You don't even know what he did. Like he didn't on that song.
He's on there.
He's on it.
He's not even part of the production team. He says no thing about his
production. On the song.
It just literally says his name. Don't mean he's on the song.
He's on the song.
Yo,
he's on
title. Jay-Z already handled this. All right, it's over.
Smoked.
I don't. It's weird. Pharrell in this situation, I don't think Pharrell has it. Pharrell got some hits.
He said Pharrell would get smoked.
I don't think Pharrell got it, and which is another thing. Missy, due to the immense talent and diversity in what she's done musically, it's hard to make a one-to-one battle for her that would be fair. You know,
for real.
You going for real? You got for real?
Yeah, Hassan said Missy versus Neptune plus the Clips plus 100 other artists.
Yeah,
I'm going for real.
What? Why?
I'm going Missy.
He got a lot of hits, man.
No. I know.
He got a lot of hits, man, for a lot of years. Like the only thing I can say, the only downside, the only thing reason why I say that is because he's still doing it.
Do.
Not saying Missy stopped, but she had an illness that obviously hampered her career.
She's not as busy as Pharrell.
Yeah, his longevity was doing it for me, but like Missy clearly had an illness going on to hinder her ability to make music and do anything. So I understand that, and that's the only reason why I'm saying Pharrell. He has more time. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Like,
yeah, because there was a period of time where, you know, of course, Missy, she's been, you know, she's had medical conditions. She's been ill for a while where she wasn't really making music, but
you couldn't even dance.
Yeah, so I you know, I still might lean that joint on Missy, man.
I couldn't dance, and I didn't have an illness.
Like Missy be killing it. But, you know, Swizz, you know, he got out there, but they reeled him in because
he tried moonwalk.
Yeah, he because people had to remind him that Janet has 3 at least, if not 4 classics straight up. You know what I'm saying? So they had to reel him in. And I'm surprised he even said something.
That Velvet Rope is fire.
Being a musician himself, I'm surprised he said something like that about Janet. But dude, you're talking about Control, Rhythm Nation, Janet, Velvet Rope, at least 4 classics. And then you're getting into some albums after that where there's like hits here and there. Maybe the whole album ain't flames, but there's still hits here and there. Like on top of like songs that she did for like soundtracks and stuff, man, yo. Swizz, they had to reel him. Just had to reel him a little bit. He been hanging with his wife too much, and he done mixed up their track records. So,
what you trying to say? We trying to say that's shade right there. Shade.
But with that said, oh no, he didn't. But with that said, guys, we love all y'all. I even love Swizz too. You know what I'm saying? Swizz actually, now, normally I say dude owe me money, but Swizz actually paid me back. So I don't have no problem with Swizz. You know what I'm saying? Swizz let him hold 10 way back in the day.
Swizz does pay. He does pay his debts.
He does pay his debts, man.
He's like Lannister. He's a Lannister. He always pays his debts.
Oh, he's a Lannister.
He's a Lannister. He always pays his debts.
Yeah. Always pays his debts. Shouts to Marquise Collins said E40 versus Master P. I might have to lean with E on that one.
I'm going
but Master P does have rap smacks.
What?
I don't like that matchup.
I don't.
But E40 super wins in that matchup. But I don't
see.
I mean,
I guess I see that
warrants some consideration,
like,
but why not Baby
and kind of see
Master P?
Yeah,
I'll go Master P with that one still.
Oh,
babies, nah.
Oh man! But with that said, guys,
the number one stunner.
Number one stunner.
He made the album though, so shout out Space Bridge.
That's right.
Did make album.
Oh boy! So before we get out of here, big shout out to all y'all in the chat. We had Marquis Collins, QB23, VV in the house. E equals MCU. Hassan in the house. Muhammad. Who else? Sun on Shine. Rugged Elephant up in the house. So we had some stars.
Name.
Thank y'all.
Rugged Elephant. That's ill name.
Yep. Sandra Thomas had Shot by Nolan up in here. You know what I'm saying? So we had some folks. You know what I'm saying?
We got 27 up in now. We going back up. We
thank y'all for rolling through.
Yeah. Thank
Oh man.
When
Got
we
the
show
radio
the spot-
archive in the house. What up? What up? Nice to see y'all. So before we get out of here, you know what I'm saying? We gonna sign off. We starting in the bottom square. You know him. You love him. He built a space bridge just for you to check out, buy it, listen to it, and stream it. Arckatron.
Hello, y'all. It's me, Arcatron. ARCKATRON.com is being updated as we speak. About to have some new stuff on there. Got some stuff happening. A lot of stuff behind the scenes happening. But Space Bridge is out right now. Cop that right now. Arckatron.com. Holla at me. Thank you for the people who have supported me so far. Shout out to Fillmore Pockets.
Yeah, Fillmore Pockets. He dope.
Shout out.
All right, word. And we got Open Mind. My sensei up in the chat. What up, Open Mind? Nice to see you. And now in the bottom square, because they switched places, you know him, you love him, Made Fleece, ill rapper, producer as well, Anwar HighSign.
What up, y'all? Anwar HighSign. I'm the most ferocious. I'm the most brutal fleece in your stores and on your DSPs. Anwar HighSign on your socials. Come check me out, man. Speak to me.
What up? And right here, you know him, you know what I'm saying? From Dog to God Part 3, conspiracies all over the place. That's right. PL Parker Lewiz. Say what's up.
What up, world? Thank everybody again for coming through in the chat. Parker PL Lewiz, Lewiz. You can either go .com or you can put that into any DSP, social medias, platform, anything like that, and I'll pop right up. And you can follow me, and you can play some music,
looking like you,
and then you can do some things. Holla at me.
What up?
You're looking like Hamza right now.
And a woo for you. That's right. Everybody hit that thumbs up if you can, you know what I'm saying? Hit that thumbs down if you don't like it. If you don't like it though, I'm gonna send Swizz Beats after you. All right, you know what I'm saying? He gonna put
Swizz
shade
Beats
all over you.
Always collects.
Of course,
he always pays his debts. He'll pay his
NERDSoul, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, all in places. YouTube is the hub. Hit that thumbs up. Of course, if you hit that thumbs down, you show listen on. And if you don't want to listen and or look, just open up a tab and help a brother anyway. You know what I'm saying? Stop that hateration. You know what I'm saying? Stop it.
Again?
Stop it. Again.
Dimension.
But also Spotify for that music so you can get your listen on. Don't worry, the rebroadcast is going to be dope because as we can see over here, there ain't no stopping. So to everyone in the chat, to everyone in the Four Horsemen, it's been a wonderful time. It's been great having y'all. We enjoy y'all company. So I enjoy it so much that I'm going to leave y'all with one and only Arckatron, ARCKATRON. That's right, Space Bridge in stores right now. Y'all going to rock out to some dope beats. And from us to you, we're just saying peace. I said peace. Peace. Until the east. Peace. Oh, and also, ha, because the Clippers blew that lead. All right, we out. Oh, man.